So I wanted to give you a tutorial on how to do a little cartoon using Google. This is not exhaustive, and I can help you one-on-one, but I also have some resources that you can use to help you as well. But this is what I created. It took me a little while just because I was learning it, but not too long, and I think it's something the kids could do. And what I'll just show you. I'm using it to do a concept on gravity. So we have click on this, and it starts. I click to the next slide. Nobody ever stays around very long. I like to view what's happening. There's less gravity up here, so if you look at your formula, but I'm the same mass as on Earth. The moon has much less mass, so gravity is much less. Hey, give me a hand. So just a quick way to have kids demonstrate that they know how to, they know a particular concept, or if you want them to do a political cartoon or something like that. So just so think about how you might use this as I'm doing the tutorial. But basically, you would go over to your slides, and you'd create a new Google slide presentation. And this will be, you can title it whatever you want. But I'm going to just title this test. If I do that. And this is actually seems really hard to get all the pictures and images in there. But once they're, I'll show you where to find them. And you'll be amazed at how easy it is to create this. So if I'm just going to create a test document, and I just want to get rid of everything that's in here just to start, just to get rid of everything. And then I'm starting with a blank slate. And what I want to do is first start off with a background. And what I did was on mine, I went and I chose an image, and I actually searched for an image in Google. So I could go to, I actually looked in Google, and then I found an image and I uploaded it. You can also just do a colored background, so I can pick a color that I like. So I'm going to use red. Actually, I think I'll use a lighter color blue. And once you have that there, you have to figure out what your images are. Now, you may want to have them sketch it out a little bit and get a sense so that they're not just fumbling and kind of fumbling around in here. You want to have them have a sense of what they're going to do, map out what they might say. It's always good to have two characters to talk to one another. But once they have that mapped out, they would go to, you take them to this thing called Open Clip Art, and you search for something. So if I search for something like a dog and find clip art, I can find something that would be useful in my presentation. So let's say I'm going to use, I don't know, I'm just going to use this guy right here, this cartoon dog. And if I clip on him, here's the image, and you want to have them use what's called a PNG file, because that will not create this sort of a white box around them. I click on that, and I can just copy the image, and I can then go over here and paste that image. And all I did was right-click to do that. So I can paste the image in here, and it'll be a different size. It'll probably be pretty large. But you can see that it's sort of transparent, and all I'm doing is I'm just taking these, I'm clicking and creating this. I can take this, and I can rotate it so that you can have these guys move around a little bit like that. You can move them around. Once you have something in your presentation here, you are able to, you can move them around and you can duplicate it. So you can, once you have everything in here, you can duplicate it. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's say all I did was, for this, is I got 3 different characters. Actually, this guy was a separate one, and I just put a little helmet on him. And once I had all 3 of them in here, all I did was go up here, and I just went down to, sorry, I right-clicked on this, and I said duplicate slide. So I just duplicate the slide, and then I have another copy of it here, and all I have to do is change the text that's in these bubbles, or change the bubble itself. So this one I just changed the bubble on that. So once you have some things in here, and you can add some shapes if you want. So I can insert I can insert a shape like this, and what I can do is if I insert that like that, it gives him something to stand on. And now you can see I was going to make this the ground, let's say. So the only issue is he's sort of tucked in behind there. So this layers things based on the order in which they're put down. So in order to get this one brought to the front, I just have to go up to arrange the order, and I bring it to the front, and now he can sit on top of the ground. So here's, my little character. He's sitting on the ground, and I want him to think something or say something. I can insert I want to insert, what was it that I needed to insert? Not animation, sorry, callouts. Call out, and I can create this little word bubble. I stretch it like that, and I can just click in here to create a text box. I create a little text box in here, and now I can type anything I want. And so now he's talking. He can say anything he wants. And as I showed you before, you can duplicate that slide, creates another one. I can then change this text to something else, and or have him move through the canvas here. I can have him move like that. Now, often you don't want all of these things, have to move all these things separately, so you can actually group them all together. So if I highlight all of these things, I highlight all of these, I control and click each of these, and then I go here to form, to arrangement, and I hit group. That locks them together so that when I move them, now they all move together. So that helps as well when you're trying to organize things, and then you can add your text on top of that. So once you get this sort of basics down here, it actually is really easy to move things around and add content. You don't have to, you can have it very simple, have two characters, and then just have them talking to one another. And the kids can be creative. They can do what they, add some of their personal touch into it. But, they can also, if you really, try and harp on them to focus on content, then that's an important part of it. I mean, that's really the whole point of this, is to have them demonstrate content knowledge. So you may give them a piece of paper that has a little sketch out for them to sketch these things out. And I'm happy to come in and sit down with your class and show you and your class how to do this. I think it's a really fun project. One of the other aspects of this that you can add are these animations, so that it's not just a static comic, so that when you when you present this, the things will come up either when you click on things or one after another. And I can show you how to do those as well, but you can click through these and these things pop up like that. So I just wanted to give you a sense for how these things can be created. They look really nice, and the kids don't have to have a lot of hand art ability, which is a really nice advantage of this. Kids that are unable to draw or draw pictures, they can easily find things on here, find things in this clip art, and bring them into the presentations. There's tons of clip art out here, and I think it can be a really useful tool. So using Google Slides to do that, obviously you can share these with each other. You could have the kids critique them. You could give them comments on that as well. So if you're interested in playing with this a little bit more, look at some of the resources that I added to the blog, so that you can, there's a little bit longer tutorial there, and let me know what you think. Hope that was useful.